What if your daily commute took you across a radioactive highway? What if the streets in your neighborhood were slowly leaking radiation? And what if it happened not in Chernobyl or Fukushima, but in peaceful, modern-day Sweden? In the 1980s, Sweden faced a familiar problem. Industrial waste was piling up, the byproducts of smelting plants, incinerators, and chemical factories. A lot of it was useless. Some of it was dangerous. So someone suggested, why not recycle it? Use it in roads, in foundations, in playgrounds. It was cheaper than gravel, heavier than concrete, and technically legal. What could possibly go wrong? By the early 1990s, something strange was happening. In residential neighborhoods across Sweden, residents began noticing odd things. Their basements were warm year-round. Electronic devices malfunctioned, and in some cases, people were getting sick. When investigators arrived, they discovered a hidden danger: radioactive isotopes in the very roads they drove on and in the soil beneath their homes. Here, an entire neighborhood was found to have dangerously high radiation levels. The culprit? A foundation filled with industrial slag from a local factory. The levels weren't just high, they were comparable to exclusion zones. Residents removed, homes demolished. And yet, it barely made national news. In Sala, children played for years on what was considered a safe, modern football field, until tests revealed the ground beneath was spiked with uranium and thorium residues, leftovers from old mining and metallurgy. The field was dug up in silence. No lawsuits, no outrage, just the quiet removal of a very bad idea. In Orebro, over 3 kilometers of road were resurfaced in the dead of night. Why? Because radiation levels were so high, emergency workers refused to walk on it without protection. Internal documents later revealed that some officials were fully aware the material contained radioactive byproducts, but they trusted it was diluted enough to be safe. In many cases, it wasn't a cover-up. It was complacency backed by bad science. And Sweden wasn't alone. In Germany, toxic slag was used in bike paths. In Japan, incinerator ash was poured into reclaimed land. In the United States, radioactive tailings were once used in driveways. But Sweden was unique in how quietly it all happened. No national hearings, no press storm, just roads being covered up with new roads. Today, most of these sites are considered safe, repaved, resealed, forgotten. But as one scientist later said, we didn't remove the problem, we just buried it deeper. This was no conspiracy, no war, no sabotage, just a solution that made sense on paper. And that's what makes it scarier. But the question remains, are the grounds beneath you safe to walk on?